Our first fight tonight, Enrique Sanchez, Louie Espinoza, 10-round featherweight. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you. Welcome to the home of championship boxing, the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. Once again, fans, we have a big night coming your way, and it is all brought to you by Forum Boxing Incorporated, along with Budweiser, the king of beers. Now presenting to you the officials as they are appointed by the California State Athletic Commission. Physicians at ringside, we have Dr. Bernhard Schwartz and Dr. Robert Carnes. Timekeepers at the bell, Mike Millsap, John Lichty, and the referee in charge of the first bout. He will be giving instructions after our introductions. We have Vince Delgado. Well, fans, we are starting off our evening with one of our featured bouts. Features featherweights in the ring, scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my left, he is fighting out of the blue corner, and he enters the ring wearing white trunks with black trim. He is fighting out of the Dominican Republic, and his weight tonight is 127 pounds. His veteran record includes 49 wins, 11 losses, 1 draw, with 35 big wins by way of knockout. Introducing Enrique Sanchez. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 10-round featured bout. He enters the ring wearing black trunks, and he hails from Phoenix, Arizona. His weight, 127 pounds. His record, 34 wins, 4 defeats, 1 draw, with 28 wins by way of knockout. He is the former WBA Junior Featherweight Champion of the World, the former WBO Featherweight Champion of the World, currently ranked number 5 in the world. Welcome the 2-time former world champion known as the Sharpshooter, Louie Espinoza. Vince Delgado.
All right, get the instructions at dressing room. Let's have a nice clean fight. Let's get it.
All right, let's check out the tail of the tape on these two tough hombres. The crowd here at the Great Western Forum all agog as Espinoza comes in an inch shorter than Sanchez at 5'7". They're both 127 pounds. Sanchez is 32 years of age, and in the black trunks, Espinoza 4 years younger. 72-inch reach, Sanchez, 70-inch reach for Espinoza. And Espinoza's been in with some great ones. Not only did he win titles twice, but he also defended the title, the WBO featherweight title, twice successfully before he lost it in November of 1987. He won it from Mauricio Stecca, and he's a good one. He has fought, you know, Jorge Maromero Paez twice. Once he lost a split decision, the other time a draw.
That's right, and Maromero Paez just fought on national television this weekend, and what a great fight. He fought to another draw.
I think there's another story connected to that I want to get to with you here in a few minutes. Let's talk about Enrique Sanchez, Dominican Republican lad. He's out of the Jimmy Montoya stable now. This is the first time the lad in white trunks has ever fought here at the Great Western Forum. In his last fight, it occurred in September of last year. He was knocked out by Cesar Polano down in Santiago. Sanchez has been around the championship area too, like his opponent Espinoza. In other words, he tried the WBC bantamweight title fight twice. Once he lost to our great friend Albert Tweety Davila in the Battle of the Beach in the rainstorm down in Miami Beach. And he lost to Happy Lauro, and a great right hand scored by Sanchez in the white. This shapes up as really a good one.
This is going to be a tremendous fight. You've got experience by both fighters, have been in that title, have been a champion, and have fought for that championship. So these young men aren't, they're no strangers to this game.
Espinoza in the white trunks fighting his 40th professional fight. He's had 28 knockouts in his 34 victories. Sanchez is 61st bout. And boy, I tell you, these two guys as featherweights are showing plenty of power in the punch. Quick quickness also embodied in the jab of Espinoza. He can knock you down with that left jab.
I can imagine that. He's got a straight, real stiff jab, and you can see right now the blood coming out of Espinoza's nose.
Oh, I hope this one doesn't get stopped for any reason. I think this will be one of our best fights of the year.
Louie told me earlier today, Chick, that he really loves fighting here in Los Angeles. He loves the forum. He says it feels like home. He's from Phoenix, and there's a place over there called the Civic Plaza.
Great left hand scored by Espinoza in the black. And he has got Sanchez on the run. 10 seconds left in the round.
Some great combinations by both fighters.
And some good counter punching too. Quickness. Action-packed. 3 minutes of fighting. Round 1 of a 10-rounder. Espinoza in the black delivering a solid right hand. And Sanchez trying to score. They're doctoring a slight nick in the left eyebrow of Sanchez. Nothing serious yet. Espinoza bled from the nose. Vince Delgado, a great referee in there with these two gladiators.
Whoa.
Fine power being demonstrated by these featherweights.
You know, Sanchez is no slouch himself, Chick. He's got 35 knockouts and 49 wins.
Absolutely.
He can pack a punch himself.
And he's been around, as we said. He smelled championship money. He never got it yet, but maybe tonight will be the night. He's fighting, of course, on the co-feature here, a 10-rounder. I tell you, it's just possible that the winner of this fight, could fight Tony Lopez for the IBF Featherweight Championship if, as he says he may do, Paez steps up to the 130-pound class. And that could make this a big fight for both men, and a solid right hand scored by Sanchez.
Well, if there's any dreams left of becoming the champion, I think somebody's dreams will be answered tonight.
I do too. I think this is going to be a stepping stone, because I think Paez is going to step up to 130 pounds.
There's no question. There's no secret either of the weight problems that he's had in the past. He's had the time before this last fight against Troy Dorsey. He had to visit the steam room many times.
Boy, Dorsey's lost a couple of tough ones to him too. Dorsey's in the picture too for that IBF Featherweight Championship shot.
That's right. There's not a question in my mind. He'll become champion someday.
All right, we're in round 2 here at the Great Western Forum. I'm Chick Hearn along with Ruben Castile. And we have got 1 minute left to fight in round 2. And it has been constant action. Great shot to the midsection by Sanchez. And that right hand just grazed the sim of Sanchez, thrown by Espinoza.
You know, Louie Espinoza has that cut opened up a little wider, Chick, on that left eyebrow.
Of Sanchez?
Of Sanchez.
I said it in the first round, I'll repeat it. This is one I don't want to see stop. Don't want to see any fight stop for a cut, but it has to happen once in a while. Our ringside physicians are Dr. Bernard Schwartz and Dr. Robert Carnes.
Was that on the cut or what?
Right on the cut. He didn't get all the leverage he wanted on it, but he got enough. Final seconds of round 2. And when this round ends, Sanchez's cut will have to be treated again. Sanchez in the white. Take a look, first of all, at Louie Espinoza. He is unmarked in this fight. His nose looks like he's had some wars before. Percyfield, and Willie Borchort is the trainer, and over in the other corner, Enrique Sanchez being treated now, and it's more serious than it was at the end of round 1, Ruben.
It's a much more serious cut now. I think they should be calling the doctor here pretty soon, Chick. He took a right hand right on.
They're calling timeout, and Dr. Bernard Schwartz is coming in. Timeout has been called.
That right hand was right on that cut.
And this Dr. Bernard Schwartz is already in boxing's Hall of Fame. There doesn't seem to be any blood going into the eyeball yet. The handlers in the corner pleading with the doctor not to stop it. Their pleas will be heard but not listened to, because his idea is to save the eyesight, if necessary, of a fighter. Espinoza on the other side, he's got the bridge of that nose puffed up a little, but that was that way when he came into the fight. You know what these guys did tonight? They came in like real friends and wished each other well before the fight. They look beautifully conditioned. We'll find out if they are or not. Seems to be some belated conversation between one of the handlers and Sanchez. All right, round 3. I don't see where either could change their style much after those 2 rounds. Successful for both, we would think. How do you have it scored?
I've got a 20-19 in favor of Espinoza. In the first round, I gave a 10-10 round. I thought it was a very even round.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's a good thing that Sanchez can do some back bends, or he'd have been right on his wallet with that one. He leaned back just far enough to avoid a solid right hand. The eye of Sanchez is looking good. Left hand of the jaw of Sanchez, scored by Espinoza, the Phoenix, Arizona. Another jab to the jaw by Espinoza. Solid right hand to the jaw of Sanchez by Espinoza. The left jab, and he's got Sanchez in trouble right now. Sanchez is confused at this moment. Sanchez doesn't know which hand's going to hit him, and the ability of Espinoza to take you out with either hand is certainly in the making.
Well, just as you said earlier, Chick, that left jab of Espinoza is such a strong jab, and it's confusing Sanchez.
One thing that Espinoza has changed his style in the last 6 months, 8 months. Oh, great punch by both men. The counter punch by Sanchez almost knocked Espinoza down, who had scored one himself. Espinoza is moving more side to side in his new style. But right now, Sanchez has rebounded from his troubles, and he is carrying the fight to Espinoza.
Well, I guarantee you one thing. Neither one of these fighters want to lose this fight.
This is beautiful boxing, beautiful tacking, beautiful ability and inability at times to avoid punches. So quick are these guys with their hands and feet. Remember the last thing I said, and feet.
That's right. They're using a lot of counter punching. They're trying to cat and mouse now. It's like a chess match. Whoever makes a mistake will pay the piper.
There's another shot right on that cut eye of Sanchez. When he turns, we'll be able to see how much damage has been done, if any more. Somebody's got to get tired here pretty soon. Now Sanchez, for the first time with his glove, mops at the eye, so it must be bleeding. Yes, it is. Now it's coming down quite heavily over the eyelid and onto the cheek, and he's mopping at it. He's in big trouble, and the doctor, I'm sure, will be beckoned into the ring again at the end of this round.
Well, you know, the worst thing that can happen for Sanchez to fight on desperation, Chick, he could open himself out and get caught with some very good shots.
That's right. That was just an accidental collision. Going to the final seconds of round 3. Both men exhibited tremendous boxing skills and the ability to take punches in that round.
Well, as you saw, Sanchez came off the ropes with the right hand right to the chin of Espinoza. Right here, he throws a left hook, and here comes that right hand. He's got a cast iron jaw, Espinoza does.
There was no doctor brought into the ring between rounds. Someone ringside to move. Apparently there's some ice on the floor over there in the corner of Sanchez. They've got it off now. Back to boxing, round 4, scheduled 10. You made a good point, Ruben, that we didn't get a chance to converse about. What you said really, in essence, was that when a guy is cut, he's so worried about the cut that he'll make a mistake to open up something else.
Well, absolutely right, because he's worried about the stoppage of the fight, and he's going to try to take the fighter out, open up, and leave himself vulnerable to some other shots.
Right now, Espinoza pushes his man across the ring with lefts and right hands, and then into the rope. Sanchez bounces off. Vinny Delgado, the third man. Great uppercut. Sanchez unleashed an uppercut for the first time in the bout, and it surprised Espinoza. Some of the corner men over here for Sanchez are getting up on the apron of the ring and pounding the ring, and he is being admonished now by the officials.
It's a good body shot by Espinoza. And I'll tell you, either one of the two fighters should start working down to the body. They know they can connect to the head. So let's go to the body, get the arms down, and go right back to that head.
How close is the fight in your scorecard? A couple?
It's just a couple of points.
Jerry Romano, our producer, Susan Stratton, our director, working with a fine Prime Network crew that brings it to you coast to coast. Our next show will be on the 23rd. More about that later. It's going to be a honey. Last time that Sanchez in the white trunks knocked anybody out, remember he's knocked 35 people out, but the last time he did it was way back in 1988. So maybe some of the knockout power that he had earlier in his career, he's 32 now, has dissipated. And that happens to fighters, all fighters with age. All right, winding down the clock on round number 4. Again, Dr. Robert Carnes makes his way out of the ring after a lengthy examination, this time of Sanchez. So we would have to surmise that the cut is worsening with each passing round.
Well, he's getting hit a lot on that cut, Chick, by that right hand and by that very stiff jab of Louie Espinoza. So that does not surprise me that the cut is worsening.
Over in the other corner, Willie Borchert, the trainer for Louie Espinoza, giving his final words. And isn't he a dedicated-looking boxer? That's a real good picture of a boxer. That's what a boxer's supposed to look like. All right, let's go to the scoring that you got, Ruben.
I've got the score 40-37 in favor of Louie Espinoza.
Remember, fans, California must system. The winner of the round gets 10 points. If you think it's a draw, they each get 10. And the loser there's the knockout. A right hand caught him then on the way down. Espinoza got him with the left. Sanchez is on rubbery legs. Are they going to stop it?
Yeah, they stopped it. No more.
I'm not in agreement with that stop. The rules say, look at the cornermen come out of the corner and yell at the referee. The referee made a very quick decision, but what happened was the rules state very explicitly, you stop a fight when the man cannot defend himself. He was up before the count, I would think, of 6, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's true too, Chick. But that's to the discretion of the referee.
Right.
The way he fell awfully hard. Now, if we can
Forward,
again.
forward.
That's right. He fell hard. Now, you've got the consideration, also the cut that he's had. So he's been taking a shot. Here we go.
I think that's the point. I think the doctor told the referee anything damaging happens, it'll be over. Now, you see, he hit him twice, and the last punch was legal.
Right.
It was on the fall.
That's right. And there's another saying, Chick. You never know if the fight will stop too soon, but you always know when it will stop too late.
God bless you for saying that. That's perfect. Well, it's a bitter end for the 32-year-old. Sanchez's bid here, and that elevates, of course, the assets in the boxing world of Louie Espinoza from Phoenix, Arizona, the sharpshooter, and he was exactly that. He was dominating the fight. Men from both corners conversing now. They are the handlers of the fighters, and I think that they're starting to agree now maybe it was a good stop by the referee, Vinny Delgado. Back with more in a minute on Fight Night at the Forum. Prime Network, Great Western Forum. The end of a great fight came moments ago. We'll get the details in a moment. Louie Espinoza stopping Enrique Sanchez. It's a stop that was made by the referee, but I'm sure it was in conjunction with what had been said to him by the doctor between the previous rounds. And I think everybody now in the corner of Sanchez are getting pretty well pacified as the referee Delgado went over there and talked to them at length about why he stopped it. Jimmy Lennon Jr. will have all the details right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at 13 seconds in round number 5. The winner by way of knockout, the sharpshooter, Louie Espinoza. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for both of these fighters? They put up an outstanding display of boxing skill, Enrique Sanchez and Louie Espinoza.
Now, a moment ago, a very, very serious conversation in good sportsmanship was held between Louie Espinoza and the man that he knocked out, Enrique Sanchez. And it's the rub of the green is the way they call it. Now let's go up to Ruben Castillo. He is with Louie.
I want to thank you, Chick. Louie, you did a tremendous job, and I thought you were well in hand in the fight. You had a cut open over his eye. The people showed their displeasure in the stoppage of that fight. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, the guy, I caught him right in the chin. He was hurt. Maybe he could have continued, maybe not, but that's the referee's job.
Well, we talked about that, and I'd like to see the knockdown. I want you to explain what's going on here, Louie.
Yeah, well, I was trying to work that jab, trying to watch for those wild punches he was throwing, and I just came over with the right hand and landed right on the chin. And I felt it. It felt right on, felt good.
Well, we're talking about that strong jab you have, and here you just dropped the right hand right over the top,
yeah.
And that left hook on the way down was a very legal punch.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great stoppage. I don't know, the people didn't think so, but it only matters one thing, right? They raised Louie Espinoza's hand.
Yeah, that's the truth. You never know. The guy was hurt pretty good. He could have continued, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
You're absolutely right. We were saying earlier, you always never know if the fight will stop too soon, but you always know when it stopped too late. What's next for Louie Espinoza?
Well, we're looking forward to maybe a title fight here pretty soon, but that all depends on negotiations. My manager, Paul Persfield, they're working on that, and just got to stay busy.
Well, with Maromero moving out of that division, I think that leaves the featherweight division wide open. Good luck to you, and I hope to see you soon. Let's go back to ringside to Chick Hearn.
All right, thank you very much. Good interview, and I guess that's the sign of victory. Yes, sir. That's it. Looking for bigger things now. Coming up next, we're going to have some super lightweights, a 6-rounder, Damon Franklin and Dave Kamal.